What's going on, everybody's big game, James? Man, I'm back in the building. We're gonna see if Mike can come in. I don't know. Sorry for y'all having to wait so long. Y'all see this right there. Let me move Stephen Jones. He's been talking. I don't know. Is Mike really gonna happen? Is this really gonna happen? Is this
I
real?
just went to my phone, Bubba. Desperate times,
Okay.
desperate measures.
Yeah. See, Mike. This is passion, y'all. This is passion. Do y'all understand me? This is passion. We've been sitting back and forth. This is passion. That's what I'm talking about, Mike. This
I mean, it's been too long.
it's been way too long. So hopefully we don't have no issues with this. My dog Mike is in here. Sorry about the wait. We was having issues, connections. We was going back and forth. I was just going to do the show. I was frustrated. Didn't know what I was even going to do. And my dog said, "Hey, I'm jumping in there. I don't give a hell. I'm using phones." So we are finally here. It's been like 3 weeks for burgers and blitzes. Man, it's been a long time and a lot has been going on. And somebody's been talking like wildfire in the news. And you know, we already heard of Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones in particular at the NFL Combine. But before we jump into Cowboys news, let me give a shout out to everybody. No, let me give a shout out to my dog first, and then we give a shout out to everybody else. What's going on, Mike?
What's up, Bubba? Good to see you.
Good
Good
to
to see
see
you.
you. Good to see
Yes,
you.
sir.
Shout out to everybody in the building, Sis, Miss Sadiqa Sis, Johnny Duncan Sr., VI Cowboy, Rev Rebel, of course, Steve Lumpton. What's up with you? Raw Dogs, Paul Raw Dogs, Pain King, Trill. Keep on coming in the building. Sorry we late. We were supposed to start at 7:30, but guess what? Better late than never, like they say. So we are here. So let's talk about some quick news. Obviously, man, it's been forever, but I mean, let's just jump right into it, dog. We know about the news that's going on right now. Stephen Jones is just rattling off and saying all kind of crazy stuff. You know, before I don't know, just give me your thoughts on because he rattling off at the mouth and just talking about everything. What do you think about what he's been saying?
Can I? Words can't describe how much when that dude just the sight of him makes me not want to eat for the next 3 days, and then when he starts talking, it makes me think violent thoughts, and I just want to go run off into the woods and never hear another human again because the arrogance he speaks with, without being remotely qualified for the job, while talking out of both sides of his mouth with his blood pressure 185 over 150 looking like a big ass red balloon, and I can't stand it, man. I can't stand it. And like I can't even listen to him. Like I'll read snippets, but I can't even listen to that dude talk, man. I'm so over him. And it's just, I mean, it's kind of been going, but
Comical.
it's just now really, really starting.
Yep.
Have you heard from Jerry outside of what, Super Bowl week? So this is the new
Except
face
all
of
in.
your franchise.
Yep.
That's him. That's
Yep.
what you have to look forward to.
Okay, so
Every
hold that thought. So just like you said that I know you don't want to hear, but this is what we have to look forward to, y'all. This is what we
Oh
have to
God,
look this is what you
dude,
gotta look forward
it
to.
reminded me of one of the viral videos from when
Look
the
at that.
internet first
This
started
is
when
what
the
you gotta
ringer.
look forward to, y'all. And this was a
Dude, look at
perfect picture. Isn't that a perfect picture, dog? Like
pull
I
up
was
the
I'm about
Mario.
I'm
I
about
tell
to
you what, I post that Mario plushie. It looked just like his ass.
look, I'm about to play the video, but this posted perfect. You feel me? This posted
Ah,
perfect. So let's listen to New Mr. Nah, I ain't gonna say. Just listen to this right quick.
the head on that
You
thing.
know, we
Good
certainly
God.
have obvious needs, on both defense and offense that we'll need to look at with guys who are going to be free agents. Obviously, Tyron and Badaz, and you got guys who are going to be free
Baez.
on that side. Obviously, the linebacking situation we got a little thin there. What Mike's vision is for Micah.
Listen to this.
Is he a true, pass rusher most of the time, or has got some, last year he ended up, that's pretty much what he did. And I think, very effective, but I think it hurt us with our linebacker depth
Uh-huh.
because we
See, look at
were
him. Look at it.
thinking,
Ain't he
he
slick?
was going to do more linebacking. But, I think between the linebacker situation and, obviously we're still working. We certainly have.
Yeah, man. Okay. So just I just want to say
Felicia.
I know. I just want to say my part on it. It's just crazy, first of all, because we already see him finessing how he don't want to pay people, and we saw the finesse early in the beginning. The finesse is coming again. This is what he does. They start talking to the media, and here I hear Mike's vision. What's Mike's vision for Micah? Is he a true pass rusher or is he a linebacker? Because it looked like he was just pass rushing all the time, and we really needed linebacker help. We really needed linebacker help. So he's already telling you, Michael Parsons, you want you to be the linebacker and we want to underpay you. I'm already throwing it out there. And then guess what? Tyler Smith, you know what? You tore up as a left tackle and you could have been the future right there. And we would have had to pay you a lot of money. So you know what? Let's stop that. Let's go ahead, and we love Tyron Smith. And so let's go ahead and push you back on in that inside. Press Tyron Smith to come on back. Damn near whatever you want, Tyron. Just come on back. We'll do the damn thing we did last year, and we'll keep him at guard. And we don't got to pay you that tackle money either. So we see the finesse happen. Trevin Diggs signed. We was happy about it, but it was a team friendly type deal. So talk to me about all that, big dog.
I don't, I don't. I think you're giving him a little too much credit on forward thought process there when you're talking about keeping Tyler inside and moving Parsons to linebacker. Like I get
I
the
don't
plot there.
because he's
I
on the
definitely
he's
understand
on
what
the
you're
money.
saying, but that dude he don't run the money. His damn frat buddy runs the money. Adam
Right.
Paprika, or whatever the hell his name is. I think that the fact that this dude doesn't know that tomorrow is Thursday, and we're expecting him to play some kind of Tyrion Lannister game with chess pieces 6 to 7 months out, a year out, that ain't how that dude operates, man. That ain't how that dude operates at all. And I mean, quite frankly, the man's an idiot. I mean, it's been proven time and time and time again. You mean to tell me he didn't know the salary cap was going to go up? So he could have whoever he could have paid, that shit could have happened a month ago, and that automatically would have got a 13% price decrease on the cap hit from that contract being signed. I there's never any forward. I mean, what's the last forward thinking thing they did? They drafted Micah as a linebacker, and then Demarcus Lawrence gets his foot broke, and all of a sudden, here we go. They drafted a linebacker, and turns out he could pass rush. He can't stop the run worth a damn. And I'm not sure if I want him in space, because when I watched the kid play in college, he was Jalen Smith with 2 working legs. Nobody wants to admit that. They had this idea that he's going to be Fred Warner back there. He was a guesser, and he was the fastest person on the field, and so he could make the plays. And then you get to Tyler. Back to when we drafted him, I was tilted because they didn't have a plan for him. And they finally, by default, ended up with a plan for him at left guard when they drafted him to be a left tackle. Then it turns out Tyron wants to come back. And then, we lose Martin for a little bit. And then all that offensive line. I mean, we haven't had a static offensive line for more than a month at a time. So it feels like since freaking 2016 or something, man. It's just been musical chairs up there. So they were moving him all around and doing whatever they wanted, jacking around your first round pick. You get a first round player unless you have a plan. I don't care. Like when I wanted the Villa, if Villa was going to be my guard, then he was going to be my center. Or if you wanted the kid Linderbaum could have played guard and then played center. That's a plan. That's a 1 year. Hey, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. It's not, hey, now you're a left guard. Now you're a right guard. Now, hey, we may put you at left tackle. Hey, turns out we got to put you at right tackle. Oh, just jacking this dude around like they did with Byron Jones. And it's frustrating because that's ties back to the lack of foresight that these people have. But not these people. There's some really, really smart people in that front office. But the knee jerk, I'm going to be a football guy, alcoholic bully that's now running this team, couldn't find his ass with a flashlight and 9 hunting dogs. So this is the miscommunication that you get, that you always kind of had, even with Jerry. But the difference with Jerry was he could charm you. Jerry said you a ketchup popsicle in the middle of hell while you wearing a snowsuit, and you're like, damn, this is a homemade popsicle. Oh, hot damn, daddy. And you think you got a good deal. This dude wants to talk down his glasses at you, which who the hell, what kind of grown up man, you were a boomer. You were wearing clear frame sunglasses. That the hell. Anyway, that's a different conversation. There's no charm there. There's no salesman. It's just, well, at the end of the day, we drafted Tyler Smith. I like to see Micah play linebacker at the end of the day. Obviously, and it's not even remotely palatable. Jerry put a little season on the bullshit, and you're like, oh man, it's good. I'm hungry. Not this dude. And nobody in the league likes him. Have you ever heard you running around? Have you ever heard one person say one good thing about Stephen Jones? When people will go out of their way to say, Jerry, I really appreciate what he's done for my family.
Jerry, Jerry is popular.
Jerry fathered all these billionaires that are in the league.
I mean, let's keep it real, Mike. Like, Jerry frustrates me, right? But Jerry don't make me mad like this guy does now.
No,
Jerry wouldn't make me mad because Jerry just be making me mad like, shut up. But I know Jerry was always trying. You feel me? And like you said, he had the charm. And I always know his heart he was trying to do it. Like, he was never going to just sit on he would listen to the people. Like, he never just sit on his hands and say, oh, we ain't going to do this. No, he was always the aggressive one. Always, let's see. I mean, yes, he pushed that brand, but he did go hard. Like, when the Joey Galloways, the Roy Williams.
Yeah, it might have been the wrong direction, but he tried.
But he tried. You feel me?
He tried.
Even though it failed, he tried. And even when he did fail, he tried again. So I was never mad at his aggressiveness because he was always trying to get the team better. This dude is nothing like that. He is the polar opposite of that. And oh my God, I wrote an article about him. I was so blind thinking this was the truth, and I was deceived. I woke up after I jumped in media, Mike. Right after I wrote that article, I was like, damn, I messed up on that article. I need to tear that article up because I was actually trying to praise this dude because he had us brainwashed. He had us brainwashed.
You can't blame a guy for having hope. You know what I mean? And then you see everybody's tired of Jerry. And then you start hearing this dude talk circa about 2011, 12, when I started catching whiffs of, hey, I think that light at the end of the tunnel is a train.
Right.
And sure enough, look what he wants to bully people around. He's woefully underqualified for the job. I mean, we're talking about the GM of your team, CFO, whatever.
He was just passed to you.
The CFO, CEO, GM, whatever the hell you want to call it, he's basically the damn owner now of the team, went a calendar year without speaking to one of the highest profile, most powerful agents in the NFL. That's Todd France for people who don't know. Todd France pull weight. Todd France gets you paid. People respect Todd France. He runs the CAA. They're bad bitches. CAA, they will bust you. They go look them up. They will bust you. He pissed off. He went an entire calendar year. The GM, who that agent has your quarterback. He's representing your quarterback. That's not even. That's where your ego got so butthurt that it became malpractice, and it's irresponsible. It's reckless. It's lazy. It's inept. I could keep going. When you are outside of Jeff Bezos got shareholders. I don't know if there's a more secure job in the world than what Stephen Jones has right now. And he's scared of his own damn shadow. I talked about it on Twitter the other day. It's like, if I had that job, people would hate the way I ran the team. We are going to send it every damn year. And if we don't make it, we'll tank a year. Fuck it. I'll be bad. I'll go 0-17. You know what? We coming back. I'm going to sell off some veterans. We're going 0-17. We're coming back. But these half measures of they want to send it, but they don't. You know what that is? That's the person that when you're at the rock diving, and there's somebody scared, and they're doing this, and they're pump faking, and they kind of half-ass jump, and they bounce off the damn rocks, and everybody got to call ambulance and ruins the whole day. That's what they do. It's half measures, and the half-assing in this league when everybody's gunning for this team. I don't care if they're the damn Brandon Whedon year where Romo got hurt. Patriots came to town. They was talking hella shit. Oh, we're gonna whoop y'all's ass. No, we got Brandon Whedon and damn Darren McFadden. Ghost, like, what do you want from us? What do you? Oh, we're gonna whoop y'all's ass. I was there. I was at that game. Everybody's giving you your best every single week, and this GM / owner / whatever the hell you want to call him is asleep at the wheel.
You earned nothing. I'm gonna just keep
No.
it real. You've earned nothing.
You're a chemical engineer.
You're a chemical engineer. You know what else you are? You're that prince that was on Gladiator. Remember, the father was a beast, was a monster, trampling through armies. This dude got castles. This dude got land because not only is he a great leader, I mean, they respect him. People fight for him. But we remember about that dirty son, don't we? We remember about that son, how he was plotting on him, waiting to take him, waiting for him to die so he could just take over and tear it up. You feel me? And that's what it just feels like. And like I said, man, you know, I get frustrated with Jerry, but he's older, but I turn on Twitter, Mike. This is what I'm looking at. Just to back what you're saying, okay? So I go on Twitter, okay, and I look on Twitter. And when I see people frustrated with Jerry and all the years, Twitter hasn't been on that long, but even when we didn't have Twitter, when people would be frustrated with Jerry, you wouldn't see people jumping up there and damn near saying, I hate Jerry Jones.
No.
You weren't hearing that. You just would be mad at him.
Like this old, goddamn, quit talking.
Damn, Jerry, shut up. That's what you would just be mad at with Jerry, but you wouldn't bring in hate. I'm going on Twitter, and whenever this man talks, people make posts of hate. I can't stand you. These are different types of vibes, dog. And these are the vibes. This dude is not going to be bringing this franchise to the land of milk and honey. This is about to get ugly and bad. You just said it yourself. When he did with Tank Lawrence, right? When he said, man, you know what? You ain't no Khalil Mack. Go ahead and do it again. Like with that little pompous attitude, like football. Then basically you did it to Dak. Like, man, you ain't one of these best, so I ain't trying to sign you. You need to take a discount over here because I don't think you all that. That's what I got when I hear Stephen Jones saying that about Dak Prescott all day, all night. $5 holler from interest, and they've been really vibing what you've been saying, Mike. With what you said guys are saying about Steven Scumbag Jones. Look, Steven Scumbag Jones, what does Dak's contract look like right now?
$62 million with whatever that works out to, with over probably 80-85% guarantee. Do the numbers on whatever you want on that. The length or whatever, you're looking at 62.
But he don't want to do it. He don't want to do it though, Mike.
That's fine.
Do you agree with me on that though? He don't want to sign
Dak?
Yeah.
Or Catboy.
Baby Nuts don't want to sign Dak, but he gonna be forced to because of the situation around him.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's a funny thing about that. People say, "Well, we can't give Dak that money because it'll kill the cap." If you pay him, I've been saying this since last year. I don't care how you feel about. If you want Dak Prescott gone tomorrow morning, or whenever the league year opens up, whatever March.
It's like March
13th. If you want Dak gone March 14th, the best thing Dallas could do is sign him 3 weeks ago, because he has a movable contract, and you can wipe out the no trade clause, and you can inflate the deal, and people can move money around. That, if you want the Cowboys to be good with Dak Prescott, the best thing that they could do is sign Dak 3 weeks ago, so they could spread the money around and conflate the deal, because he is going to his cap hit is going to be $60 million this year. 60. What's the contract supposed to be? 60 a year? So potato. Now the difference is that 60 won't be 60. That 60 can be like, I don't know, 17, 25, 17, 25.
And where has his contract ever crippled the team from doing anything?
No, they've had money. They haven't done shit. People are like, oh,
They have
he should take a he should take a team friendly deal like Tom Brady. First of all, Tom Brady took a quote unquote team friendly deal on his fourth contract. After they'd already built the TB12 center, which they charged players to go to. The shit's all factual information. You can look it up. They almost got the only reason they didn't get busted by the NFL because they're technically separated by a breezeway. So it's not attached to the facility. But they did not have their own training center. They went to TB12. TB12 was owned by Tom Brady, who is the. It's not money laundering when the rich people do it, though. Nothing to see there. But the fact that nobody else has even thought about doing that is kind of funny because obviously they don't give a shit. So why would you do it? I'd have 19 deck performance centers outside the Star right now. Pay that man $2 a year. But it's the, and this goes back to the lack of foresight with this team and this current ownership, the complacency. The man was born a millionaire. If you want to go back over the history of since people have been people that are born into power and or money, usually those are two and the same, fuck it up. At least one generation does. It took the Vanderbilt Empire was like the top 3 wealthiest family in the world at one point. It took 3 generations. 1, 2, 3. That man died broke with 0 bitches. Ruined the Vanderbilt legacy. Bankruptcy. They were literal trillionaires if you want to do the money, for today's time. He doesn't want to listen. Like everybody famously remembers Jerry wanted Manziel, right? He wanted his drinking buddy. If Catboy wanted Manziel, he's getting Manziel. Who's running this team? Will, what's your title? Yep. I've heard stories about him calling people's rank in front of God and everybody on some Urban Meyer shit. If Cowboy wanted Manziel would be the Cowboys quarter. Obviously not then because Jerry still had in the room. But right. I'm talking what's that kid that looked like Home Improvement from Michigan? What the hell's his name? Oh, McCarthy.
Oh.
If he wants JJ McCarthy, he'll get JJ McCarthy. He'll get it. And won't nobody be able to do a damn thing about it.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing where I listen to the streets, right? And yes, we excited about the draft coming up. We're excited about players. I'm gonna say the draft because I ain't really excited about nothing else, but I'm gonna say the draft always excites me. But this is why we talk about this. Check this out, Mike. This is why we talk about this because when you see the draft, right? When you see the players that are drafted, when you see free agency, when you listen to this man talk and then listen to what Mike broke down, because I 100% agree with everything you said. I basically said a lot, but you have some more inside information I do, but I basically feel what you're saying, right? That affects free agency. That affects contracts. That affects draft. That affects coaches. That affects everything. So no, I don't want to talk about this all the time, but when that man speaks like he just did in the combine on all the things that are important with Dallas right now, it's hard not to talk about that because you don't see light at the end of the tunnel when that man is speaking on big issues that we feel like Cowboys need to address. When this man comes out and says there is no culture issue up in here in Dallas, bro, you just speaking like, bro, you talking like you a dictator. There ain't no problem.
Beatings will resume until morale improves. Beatings will resume until morale improves. And that's what have Cowboys fans had to go off of since the early 90s? Hope.
Yes.
Hope in a future.
Jerry gave us hope.
Does this man give you anything?
Nope.
Anything at all to be hopeful for?
Jerry at least gave you hope.
You don't. You might even not. You not even like it. You're sitting there eating that shit sickle, like, oh, I'm
mad.
Hey, but at least he gave you something. This man wants to speak down. and talk down. If he talks that way in a press conference with all those people, how do you think he talks in private?
Right. Like I don't give a what nobody say.
He reminds me of, I had a boss like this before, and I'm sure somebody's had a boss like this. He goes, "You're just lucky to be here." Like I was playing the lottery when I got this job. Like my resume didn't get me here. Like I don't belong here. And you say, well, you're just lucky you got a job. Mother, I wasn't playing the lottery. I applied here. Y'all wanted me. Y'all hired me. Don't talk crazy to me like that. I'll go somewhere else. And I did. I was gone to 3 weeks. Boom.
And you know what else? I never came at like, the pockets, discount. But now, definitely in my head, every Cowboys player, I don't care. You get all
Run
your
them.
money from
Run them.
run the hell out of every. I don't
Remember,
give a hell.
remember the,
I don't
the
give a hell.
Chappelle
Run.
skit where they robbed the dice
Don't
game,
take
the
no
craps game, and
discounts for this team
put the cam,
or this dude.
put the camera in the
Don't
box.
take no
Put the
discount.
camera. I robbed the camera crew. Everybody put
Yeah.
all that shit in the box.
Yeah, don't no. Every time when I hear this dude talking, I know he pump faking. I know he don't care. Just like you said, you was born in the millions. You ain't put in no work. You ain't no real scout. You don't know no football. No, you don't. Every time you talk, it shows us that you don't know no football. But yet you got this pompous attitude. So I want everybody from Dallas when their contracts are up is to run your pockets. Every
Bro
single
wanted
time.
Paxton Lynch. Bro wanted Paxton Lynch.
Bro, you feel me? I want them to run your pockets because you a
Yep.
cheap dude talking about, you got us, you got the Cowboy mind frame changed because we can't even look at free agents because you got us so programmed to look at bottom dwellers, third shift guys that you ain't never seeing. They working 11 to 7 you ain't never seeing these guys. We don't get first shift guys. We don't get first shift high pay. We don't get first shift guys. We get third shift guys, y'all. We get third shift. We don't get first shift. We don't get second shift. We get third.
He wheels half
a
fucking shopping cart. Half a shopping cart full of copper in a Will McLean's office and says, "Go get a couple players."
And yeah, make sure you report to me before you do it. And go find some at that bottom of the barrel. And make sure once you do it, give it to me. And I'll tell you, man, God, like, so that's what I'm saying. Like you said, he don't give you the ounce of hope. Like you said you don't give him credit for being smarter than that. But to me, he is in that way. To me, when he's already, jabbing Micah already, like, man, we're trying to figure out what Mike going to do. Are you going to keep him at an end or are you going to keep him at a linebacker? Because, man, we sure did really miss that linebacker stuff. We sure did miss linebacker. And he's probably saying we did draft him as a linebacker, so he's getting paid as a linebacker. So what you need to do, Mike, let's go ahead and hire Mike Zimmer, my buddy, because you remember Mike Zimmer said Stephen Jones
You know
is his
how it goes.
buddy.
You know how it goes.
So
around
let me
here,
hire
Jim.
him and put you at linebacker like you supposed to. Dan Quinn was putting you at defensive end, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna bring in Mike Zimmer. They said they friends. You said ain't nobody like him. Mike Zimmer say he like him. So you bring him as the defensive coordinator, and you put Micah back at linebacker, and you keep him there, and he's gonna take this linebacker money.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's personally giving him too much credit. But I can follow. I can follow what I follow your train of thought. I think it's too much credit. What I do want to say about that whole linebacker thing is something I've been talking about since it happened. Remember what he said when he was asked about 55? I did see that. I read the snippet about that. He said, "I'm going to let him answer that."
You feel me?
That answer. Well, that answers. You shouldn't even have spoke on it, but he said it without saying it. He just announced unofficially, basically leaked Leighton Vander Esch's retirement plan. That was such bullshit. Everybody knows it's coming. Everybody knows it's coming. It's one too many. He already knew one more, and that's it. And he got it. And that was dirty. I know the players didn't appreciate it. I know for a fact the players didn't appreciate it. Because the man's still on the fence and he wants to play if possible, but he also knows that, like, I know it's easy to say, any hit could be, the last one, but especially with his condition, it is especially vulnerable. And
he needs to retire. Don't let it go, LVE, and let it go.
Yeah.
It's
I want to
over,
see you
bro.
build.
It's
I want to
okay.
see you walking at
You
40,
don't see
dude. I don't
what
want to
you
see.
come back to the organization. They love you anyway. So you come
Yeah,
back into the organization, come
keep
faster.
doing air conditioner
But
commercials. You're fine. You know.
yeah, just go. Yeah, and they love you over there. I know, I feel like you would have a personality outside of football. You look like you would. You know what I'm saying? So just go ahead and retire. But like I said, it's frustrating. When I hear, oh,
That was dirt. That was dirty.
we got a great plan for Mozzie. Mozzie's going to do. I just anything he says, like it just feels like it's lies. It's never true. Guy, you don't ever really want to pay. Just like I said, last year you got us programmed for third shift, but even last year we felt great. You feel me, Mike, for getting a Brandon Cooks and a Stephen Gilmore because we don't get nothing. We get scraps. Like I told you, he dangle it like this with scraps, and we hungry dogs, just 10
Oh, thank you,
dogs down there
thank
dying
you
for
for that
food.
day 3 trade. Thank you, sir.
You feel me? Drop.
Thank you.
He'll take that little bit and let me. You remember when he stuck out his chest? I know y'all like shut up about him, but daggone it, it's affecting this whole damn team. And when we wondering why we can't, and have the nerve to sit there and say, "Well, you know what? We've been having good records, but we can't get over the hump. We got to get the right type of people in here that can make plays when they need to." What the hell are you talking about? What does that mean? We need to get the right kind of players in here that can make plays.
I mean, I was never so happy to see, dude. I was so happy to see Dan Quinn gone. Oh my God, I was so happy to see him gone. I got sick and tired. We talked about it. I knew I was going to the damn middle of the field. That dude, the middle of the field was free for 10 to 15 yards anytime you wanted it all damn year long. And, I'll try to switch off Cat. We beat him. We'll beat him again a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping we would like to see Curse gone. I better not say his name more than twice. He'll pop up like Beetlejuice.
He's going to Washington with Doris
Good.
Armstrong Jr. and
Good.
Dante Fowler. They're all going to Washington. You know that.
And he's talking
We do
about
got a good
Mozzie.
staff, though. Go ahead.
He's talking about Mozzie. I wonder when the last time he seen Mozzie was. I wonder when the last time anybody seen Mozzie was. So I'll leave that there.
Well, you know what? So here's the thing. We talk. Okay, but when we talk about Mozzie, okay, this was the alarming thing to me. Okay. All right, let's keep it real. We all got a bad taste about Michigan players. Okay. Yes, we do. We know we do. So right. But I know it. Just follow me, Mike. A lot of people got bad taste, right? So you got the Mozzie pick, and then you got your boy in the second round, and they ain't really do nothing, right? Mozzie, when I heard Mozzie say, I don't like football, I like hitting people. That's a flag to me. I know everybody don't love the game of football. And a lot of people play for money. But if you draft this dude in the first round, he's a big boy, and he said, I don't even like football. Oh, boy. That's that. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, Mike. Oh,
yeah,
boy. That's just not good, dog. That's just not good for the defensive tackle, man.
I'm my issues are with him are not even has really nothing to do. I mean, it obviously hampered the football process, but his issues ain't the field.
I know.
So you heard him talk. You hear that scratch. So got to be real careful when you're talking about shit like that. But I'm worried about trying to figure out how to phrase this. Let's make it through summer. Does it?
Does it need to be a team around them?
Yeah, but the problem is there's nobody there to big brother him. There ain't.
So
You don't have that. You don't have that DeMarcus Spears. That's okay. That's been brought up to me on Twitter. I'm not saying that it's okay if he doesn't do anything, but it's almost like that's also not his job. Like it's wrong. It's wrong to assume that put that responsibility on him.
Mm-hmm. I understand, but he himself said he was taking him under his wing though earlier in the year. So I feel like not that you're obligated, but Big Hank, we need you to kind of intervene on this right here.
There's just two parts of that. Who's to say he hasn't tried?
True.
because
True.
I know he has. It's Hank.
I
The
know he
dude's
has because
legend.
he's came
Dude's
out and said it, and
dude's legendary across the league. He's a legendary Big Brother guy.
legendary big brother because I've known him from since Ohio State. You feel what I'm saying? So he's always
Yeah,
been that big brother since Ohio State days. So I feel you now, and I'm sure because he talked about it early in the year how, hey, I'm putting my arm over Mozzie and we're gonna help him, get this to
I mean,
where we
how
want
do
him to
you
be.
and the way people ask, even off the record, 'cause I know you've asked it. I've asked everybody. Nobody will speak to how a man loses 40 pounds over the course of a football season. No, and I'll have it in good faith for somebody who's never lied to me before. I'd like to clear the air on that because I know it got put on him a lot. I will blame Dan Quinn a lot for that. Dan Quinn did not ask Maisie Smith to lose 40 pounds. He absolutely did not. He didn't draft a 1 tech to make him a 3 tech. I was kind of assuming that. It got clear to me. So take that for what it's worth. Now, on to the first round and what we should do about the draft. We already know don't draft horny. Get into free agency, buy your holes where you need, sign your players early. Let's go into the draft with the post-nut clarity. I want something 4-3 or I want something 330 in the first round. I don't care. DB, wide receiver, center, left tackle. I want something 4-3 or I want something 330. I don't care. I haven't even
I
got.
feel you now.
I haven't even got time to get to the players yet because of the situation
Well,
with my
that's
wife.
cool. Well, that's cool
Yeah.
because look, check this out. You keep talking kind of about the draft. I got something I'm gonna pull up right quick. Okay, I got something I'm gonna pull up right quick, right here. Because
Give me 20
you
seconds.
just
I'm flooding.
okay.
No, you're good. I can hear you.
So you were talking about Mike. Yeah, I got him right here. Is that it? Yeah, it's right here. There we go. So let me see. So how you were saying you want to, I got to see Tavondre Sweat that he just had an interview up there, and I had him mocking the second round with me on one time, but I've said it before though, Mike, and I'm gonna say it again. The neighbors, the one kid from LSU could drop to a 6'4", 200. He's a fat. That would be great opposite of CD Lamb. I've myself made a tweet on Twitter that Ashawn Robinson is out there from the Giants. He was with the Rams. That's a low key signing that you can make happen. He's not going to
Mm-hmm.
cost you a lot of money. You keep a Big Hank. You re-sign Big Hankins. Then you get
Mm-hmm.
an Ashawn Robinson who's not going to cost you a lot in free agency. He's 6'4", 330 pounds. He's 28 years old. You can get him to a 1 to 2 year deal, and you can still draft another big boy because if you're bringing Mike Zimmer in the fold, right? And to me, our problem and with the defense, Mike, has always been that Dallas, within the defense, it's always like a fast defense. We don't
Mm-hmm.
never have a stout defense. When you had Dan Quinn, what was it? Turnovers, sacks, speed. It was never about stoutness. When we had Ron Marinelli, we never had really stoutness with that. It was get after the quarterback, get
Mountain versus the
turnovers, get the
Viper.
ball. You feel me?
Mountain
If
versus the
you look
Viper.
through the years, Dallas has never had those stout defensives. They always had aggressive defenses that try to get a lot. Even with Wade Phillips, when he was back there, you seen the defense when we had all those all pros. But guess what? We had a lot of sacks, we had a lot of turnovers. But when it came down to when it had to get nitty gritty, woo, that's when it would fail. This defense needs to get nitty gritty, and it needs to have more than 330. It needs to have like 330s, maybe possibly a 4. You need a whole bunch of guys that you can run through there. So listen to my plan. Resign Hankins, sign Ashawn Robinson. You got 2 there. We don't know about Mozzie, but he is there. And then draft another one. That's 4 of you right there, and you're feeling good about that.
I don't
What
hate
you
it.
think about that, Mike?
I don't hate it. I think we need to buy a linebacker when we get one. Round 3, some shit like that. But I don't want to touch linebacker inside the first 2 rounds. No, thank you. Especially that hurt guy everybody's linking us to. Whatever the dude's had 417,000 surgeries.
Oh, don't kill my man like that.
Oh, broccoli headed boy. Yeah. Look, the hell is his
Peyton
damn name?
Wilson. Peyton,
Yeah.
Peyton
Yeah.
Wilson.
Yep.
I like Peyton, but yeah, I
I,
wouldn't touch
he
him. I
likes to
know
train his team.
I'm not touching him early. I'm not touching him early. Your boy that played for whatchamacallit, Texas A&M is the guy that you really want to look at. But here, look up top if you see it, Mike. I'm going through the list right here. I got Edrin Cooper. Edrin Cooper. I got him at 56, but the way he is fast, and
Mm-hmm.
he's coming at you, he's athletic as all hell. He can drop in coverage. Obviously, he's a little linear. Sometimes he overruns plays, but man, he's got all the athletic ability. And if we're talking about linebackers, that's a guy. You said center. You like center too, though, Mike, don't you? You said
Yeah,
center,
but I
but not
don't.
really. You want a left
No, no,
tackle?
no, no, no,
You
no,
want
no. I love him. I love. That's one of
okay.
the few players I've actually got to
Okay.
look. I don't think
Mhm.
he gets past 15.
He's not.
That dude's good. That dude's good. That dude's
He's not.
really good.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. Look at this one. This one right here. I like this draft. A lot of people like Barton. I love Xavier Leggett. I love him. Maris Lufalo, dog. Trey Benson, if he were to fall there, he's a pretty good running back. Jordan Jefferson, I got to watch him at the Senior Bowl. He's a dog to get him in that round. This will be a dope draft. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm hyping this draft. I like
Yeah, for
that.
sure.
If you go to
I
just
like.
check this one right here.
I'm
Look
a
at this
big
one
fan
right
of
here.
big fan of 3 round drafts. I think it really gets the nitty gritty and it helps cut down the copium. Like, because like people will see those names. Like I have pet cats. Everybody's got pet cats. You get, oh, hey man, we got him in the 5th round. This kid, he's going to be something. He's going to be something. You start counting chickens, and the sun ain't even gone down yet. You got to,
Yeah.
it's that sort of situation. But yeah, that damn Oregon center's a bad son of a bitch, man. He's really bad. But with the amount of offensive line help that every single team in the league needs. I mean,
Right.
if Kelsey's actually going to retire,
We got some guys though. We got some guys though, Mike. There's a lot of
for sure.
tackles that we can
Well,
get. You feel me?
this is a good draft to have what we need. This is like, and I was talking with Kevin all about this when we were talking about the don't
Mhm.
draft horny. If you look at every mock draft right now, Dane, uh, Falcon
Burglar,
Hair Boy from the NFL, and
burglar,
all them,
burglar,
yeah,
burglar.
and everybody's saying tackle, 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 tackle,
Mhm.
tackle.
Mhm.
Okay, well, if we know that it's tackle, 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 as soon as those gates open at free agency, you should already have your contract in place with that guy because they're already talking. They're at the combine talking right now. That's what the combine's about. Combine's about medicals and the legal tampering period. They're all at the hotel bar right now, cutting up, drinking, talking shit, and talking about players. That's what they do. Buy your left tackle, buy your right tackle, or whatever the case may be. Buy your linebacker, buy your talent, buy your obvious holes that you need production out of this year. Not a prospect, not some 21-year-old kid that's played 17 games of college ball. If you know this dude can play in the league, go get his ass. So you don't go into the draft with your red rocket hanging out and everybody sees, oh, look, Dallas is horny for offensive linemen. We see it. And then next thing you know, somebody going to jump right in front of you to burn one pick because we never move. You get sniped on your guy. Next thing you know, we pick some freaking tight end out of Wisconsin in the 1st round. Or,
Yeah.
that's what free agency is. That's why free agency is before the draft. Buy your holes. You're proven absolute talent. I don't care if you got to trade a pick. Trade your pick. I don't care. Trade every single day 3 pick we have. I don't care. If you could go get players with those picks because your day 3 picks, half of them ain't even going to make the team. The other half ain't even going to make the 53. Meanwhile, the fans are like, "Oh man, we got Marty Martinson out of UConn in the 6th round. He's going to be a contributor." No, he ain't. Maybe on a scout team. Meanwhile, dudes like Hardman are getting cut. Hardman a free agent. I'll take Hardman over. I mean, not any wide receiver in this draft, but the man's proven he can play in the league, regardless what you think about him. Is he the best? Is he the best player? No, that's why he's free. but he's played in the league.
There it is. And see, that's the problem, Mike, when I'm listening to you, right? This feel me on this, right? Because I've been talking like to my head, right? So I'm listening to what you're saying. I be saying this all the time. Why does this man be so scared to jump in free agency when you're dealing with proven players? You've seen these players
Known
3 to
quantity.
4 to 5 years. You feel me? You're scared to gamble on them and spend money. Yet you're taking the gamble of your life by drafting a player that you think is going to be this, and you've never seen him in the NFL ever. Yet you're believing that he's going to do this. Isn't that a bigger gamble? Oh, I know why, Mike. Hold up, Mike. I know why, because he's cheaper. He's cheaper. He don't cost as much. So we're going to sell this dream about that. That's what it is, Mike.
So it's burning on pick on a tight end with 58 career catches. Not a bad waste of money. We're talking about the contract getting given to him. I'm sorry. I think it may have been 85 career catches. I don't want to slander the man. I'm sorry.
But we understand what it was when you're trying to sell it to us.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
saying? Meanwhile, Jen Rummy got a tent set up in the backyard of Dak's house, just grinding. Mike McCarthy finally gets to say, which is another thing we could talk about. Mike McCarthy finally gets to say in personnel, what the hell does he do? He got a red rocket. He's drafting horny. He goes and gets a damn tight end. We got 4 in the building. We had 4 in the building already. 2 of them was okay. One of them really good, and his head stepped on. Like, when you're throwing away second round picks like that, you can't also not afford to go burn that 4 or 5 for just like the Gilmore and the Cooks thing. That's perfect. I'm not asking you to trade the first round pick. Half the time it's a bad idea. More than half the time. You want to trade a 2, trade a 3, fine. Leave the first round pick alone. Plus, I like drafting on day 1. Day of the draft opening up, not having a pick. You're sitting there like,
you feel weird. It's ugly. It's ugly.
It's sad.
Ugly. That was a long time ago. You don't even want to watch the draft when you know you ain't got that first rounder. You just mad because you know everybody else is about to have fun and you can't have fun. You just got to watch. I don't want to watch the draft. If we don't got the first round pick, I don't want to watch the draft. I'll be pissed because that first round is everything. That's why they publicize it. That's why they hype it up, because it is all that on that first round, right? But just like you said, Mike, but they're scared to will and deal that second. They're scared to will and deal that third. They rather put that stock in an unproven player when you know damn well. Listen to this, Mike. We got 200 free agents out there, and this is one of the deepest free agent classes in a very long time with so many positions deep. You can get a defensive tackle. You can get an edge rusher, you can get a linebacker, you can get corners, receiver, you can there ain't really a lot of running backs, but there's a lot of that other stuff that Dallas needs, right? There's a lot of the stuff that Dallas needs in free agency. You can go make a quick come up, and then you can hit that draft feeling good when you're like, oh, this could be a BPA because we done filled our holes.
You done busted. You smoking a cigarette. You smoking a cigarette. That's
BPA.
How you get it. You got Yacht Jerry.
BPA.
Yacht Jerry just sitting back, and he's like, hey, damn. Hey, CD Lamb on the board? Word? All right. Hey, Trayvon Diggs still on the board? All right. instead of
we don't know what to do.
Like when the dude that ruins the party because the hosts show up, he don't know how to act, he starts making weird jokes and shit, and he ain't busted in 6 months. No. Bust in March. Get all that out of your system. Go into the draft with empty nuts.
I mean, that's facts. I mean, this is, Jerry says we're all in every year. Just making fun of it. Jerry says we're all in every year. Ha 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 ha. Y'all believe that? He says that every year. Ain't nobody listening to that. That's why I just be feeling like he's saying, like, ain't nobody listening to that. Jerry said that every year. You get what I'm saying? That's what didn't it feel like
Jerry,
you said that to us?
If Jerry was left to his own devices, this team probably wouldn't have anything but first round picks because he hates having a first round. He hates not having one, but all the rest of them have already be gone. we'd probably be $280 million over the cap every year. If Jerry was
There
left
you
to
go.
his own devices,
That's
then
it.
they had to bring Parcells in here to calm this man down because he was losing his damn mind trying to find that glory hole.
Yeah, that's why I
And
went and
you
got
got
T.O. I mean, even with T.O., Bill Parcells said no. He said, "Nah, dog, I'm gonna do anything to make this team better." That's what it basically said, like to Bill, like I don't care how you feel, I'm doing whatever it takes to make this team better. And he's dynamic. He can help this team, and I'm getting him. I don't care what you think. I'm getting him.
yeah,
He gonna make the team better.
yeah.
So
My
in
name
that
on my
panel, you
name
would
on
get
the
mad
motherfucking
that
building.
I own this, so I can do what I want. So we get mad at that, but that's why he did it, so he could do that whenever he wanted. So from that aspect, all right, I see. But now you got this rich son who ain't, like I said, he ain't put in a damn thing of work. And when we just said go and make it happen, I'm looking back because you saw Cooks and Gilmore. So I am gonna hate, but I'm gonna give them this much because they did that last year, even though
Do it
they
again.
did it the cheap way. Do it again, but you need more this time. You got to go a little harder this year because you got more guys, and you're gonna have to probably spend a little bit cash and maybe do a draft pick. But we ain't seen Dallas do that. Oh my God, I don't know how I would ever see it when I ain't seen
Burn it.
Stephen Jones know how to flex and flip picks. I don't know. See what he getting there and flipping picks. And I'm sorry, this is where the age of Jerry comes in, where I don't want Jerry doing it because he in them 80s and he might just be doing whatever now, dog. And we like, okay, Jerry, chill.
I don't think Cowboy could sell crack to a base hit. I don't think they want his product too much. That I just keep going back to the second round pick, man. It's like not even the Shoemaker, or just the history of them overall. They're so scared of that quote unquote. I mean, they rather waste it in the first round. Like credit, you want credit because Trey fell in your lap? Come on, man.
Right.
No,
You
miss me
didn't
with
go
that.
get him
Miss, miss,
aggressively.
miss, miss,
You didn't do something special. I
no.
picked Trevin Diggs in the second round. Go to my
Yeah.
mock draft when we did the mock draft in 2020. I picked Trevin Diggs way before Stephen Jones did.
And then, I was doing, and then CD Lamb, same damn draft. I was getting clowned because I did a few different scenarios where it's like, hey, here's an actual scenario because I loved Lamb in that draft. Like September, I was on his ass. I did a few scenarios where it's like, hey, here's some realistic, scenarios where CD Lamb could make it to 17. Like, we won't have to trade up. Oh, he's never gonna make it. And then then he showed up the board and everybody goes, and that's how quiet it got. And then they picked him. And that's why you need to keep your first. I don't agree with trading your first round pick. I really don't. You rarely get the payoff for it. And because that first round pick, it's usually never just a first. It's always the first in that year's 3, or first in next year's 2, or first in the next 2 twos, or first in 2 and 3. It's never just first round pick. Rarely. And that gets forgotten in a lot of those trades. Like the Kansas City Chiefs would be stupid not to trade Tyreek Hill when Miami called and offered that haul.
Right.
Stupid. You're absolutely
Dallas
stupid.
wouldn't did that.
If somebody called and said that for 11 right now, and Dallas didn't take it, that's malpractice. That's a quarterback haul. That is a quarterback haul for a non-quarterback player. You take that and run as fast as you can direction with those picks, laughing like Skeletor.
And it's nothing against Micah. That's good.
No.
Smart business. It's nothing against him as a player. It's nothing against any player. Just like you said, when they had Tyreek Hill and they offered a king's ransom for him, you'd be silly not to do it. And then you have to let that go. And people might get mad, but you're looking at, I'm trying to make this team even better. I'm trying to make this team better.
Your job is not to fumble the picks.
Right.
Like the Raiders won the Khalil Mack trade.
Yeah,
The
but
Raiders won it. They just fumbled the.
But see, that's where the Kansas City Chiefs have enough confidence in themselves to know we're not going to fumble these picks because we look at our history. We did pretty good by picking Mahomes and them. We've done pretty good in our drafts. We kind
They
of know
got
what we're doing. We can
they got
flip it.
damn it, I broke the trade down. Who they got? No, they got
I don't know the damn Kansas City.
and they got they got Pacheco when they check number 2 that out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
So,
this is the guy that you want right here. Listen to him, Mike. This is Javondre Sweat from Texas. Now, before I play this, Mike, we got to see him, big boy, 6'4", 360, every bit. Like when he walked on that field, Mike, you saw how big he was, bigger than
ground shook.
everybody. Dog, bigger than everybody. Now, here's the thing. First day of practice Tuesday, he was pushing people, but they was kind of working with him, standing up, and we're like, hold up, dog, this dude, man, too big for him not to be run over. So Wednesday, he came back like a whole different animal. He was bullying people, just mashing through people. Wasn't nobody stopping him, like 2-3 people, like he was monstering. So that's the only thing I'll be concerned with is the motor. You worry about the motor running hot and cold. You want it to run more hot, obviously, than cold. But let's look at this right here and look at this. Listen to this quick interview from Javondre Sweat of Texas at the combine.
Weigh in tomorrow. So everybody that want to know, you'll see tomorrow.
What are you expecting? Where do you want to be the most effective
340
that you could be as a player?
This past season, I played 365, and that's where I feel comfortable at.
That was a pretty big increase from what you played at.
365, told you that.
What was behind that decision?
You know how man is. I mean, you want yourself. We got to grow into our bodies, and this is me, as y'all see. I'm a big guy, big frame, and that's just how it is. I just grew into my body, man.
How much has your frame been?
big old baby Huey, son of a bitch.
Been in
Right.
interviews or had conversations?
Everyone. But let y'all know, I'm doing everything at the combine before y'all even ask. I feel like a lot of y'all gonna be like, when I run this 40, you know, I'm gonna shock a lot of y'all, you know. So
What do you anticipate running?
4.4, 4.5.
I love the personality already. You feel me? I love the personality. We need to get him, man. We need to get him, dog. Like 365, bro.
How tall is he?
6'4".
6'3". Man, that's
Bruh.
man. How?
And he's that big.
How?
I seen him up close. He's that big. When he walked out on that field, he made the.
I mean, I know I ain't no damn NFL player, but I'm 6'4", 260.
Oh, the
And that dude,
330s out there. The 330s out there were looking small next to him.
I could put that dude's sweatshirt on and fly away like a squirrel.
I mocked him in one of mine. 365, stay there. Don't you go nowhere. 360, I don't want you losing none of that.
I'd probably like to see 5 or 7.
Nope.
He gonna lose it.
He gonna lose it anyway. Just playing in the season, he gonna lose a little bit of that naturally. Anyway, I feel like you're gonna lose it. But you see how he's holding it. It looked all right with it. So I feel like that's your playing weight. That's
why do I feel like when he eats, he holds his spoon like this?
You feel me, dog? Like
he just got a here. I got. Boy, it's sitting down. He just.
I'm not mad if dog. I'm gonna just keep it real. A lot of people will say don't do it, but bro, he will be by the time 56 pick. I don't think he's gonna be there. He's gonna be gone. Sweat's gonna be gone by then. So if he's there at 24, and I'm asking everybody in the building, everybody in the chat right now, and I'm asking you, Mike, if Javondre Sweat is there at 24, and I've already asked this in the space of Twitter, if he is there at 24. And there's like an offensive tackle, are you taking 6'4", 365 in the first round again? Are you taking 2 back-to-back defensive tackles in the first round? I'm
No,
asking fans and I'm asking you. You gonna let it ride, dog?
no. Hey, and also, I get a cop out here. I'm not answering until we get through free agency.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Because I'm team not draft horny. Empty nuts, clear eyes, can't lose.
Listen to me, y'all. I've been pretty good at picking the free agents that the Cowboys should get. Y'all haven't seen my history. I called the Robert Quinn thing. I ain't hear nobody in the streets ever talking about no damn Robert Quinn, because I was talking about him when he was at Miami when nobody was talking about him. I put that in existence. Then I called for Anthony Barr. Now, I ain't saying these were the picks that did great with us. I'm just saying I was calling before people were screaming it. Anthony Barr was out there. Get Anthony Barr, get Anthony Barr, get Anthony Barr. Screaming him. You feel me? Jonathan Hankins. We got him now. I was screaming about him 2 years before. Get him, Cowboy. Big boy, he's cheap, not going to cost a lot of money. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the air again one last time before we get off of here, Mike. Remember the name. Ashawn Robinson, 6'4", 330, play with Giants, 1 year deal. You can get him on a 1-2 year deal. He's not going to cost money. He's a great run defender. I think he was one of the highest graded run defenders in the league this year. If you got your boy Hankins, re-sign Hankins, keep Mozzie, try to keep figuring that out. Bring in the Ashawn Robinson, and I still say get a big boy, but I feel like maybe you can slide that down a little bit. Maybe don't have to, but I ain't scared to take another big boy in that first round. I ain't scared to do it because this team needs to get that finally and stop talking about it and actually really do it.
I get you, man, but I can't do that with the offensive line and the linebackers the way it is. That's why I said, let me get through free agency, and I can circle back on that one. A dark horse, you know, everybody knows I have a Mims fetish. Well, we got a new Mims. I'm not sure Sean Payton knows who he is, so I wonder if we could slide up there to Denver and snatch that boy off their special teams roster and slide him into our offense and special teams. That's something that I would like to. That's a call you make, because I think they spent a 2 on him, right? I believe it was a 2. Go get him for a 4. Sean Payton doesn't even know who he is. That offense was in purgatory all year. And I know Wilson wasn't the best, but that dude was just stuck on special teams when they didn't have shit else.
Mm-hmm.
And there's you some speed. I need speed. I need speed. We got a little bit of speed last year, but there towards the end of the year, man, I think the wheels of time caught up to Cooks as that long stretch.
Same with Gilmore.
That long stretch, man. Can we not get a damn week 3 bye again this for like the 15th year in a row? Can we please get a week 8 bye? Is that too much to ask? Or what's the latest one? Week 11? Somebody got a week. I swear to God, somebody got a bye week in like December this year. we always get our bye week, and it's week 5, and we got to play 11 straight games with 4 of them in like 18 days. I would love for that bye week to be right before Thanksgiving. It'd be great, but they're going to shove us. They're going to shove that bye week at week 5.
You know what they're going to do. You know what they're going to do. Feel me? You know what they're going to do, and you know how they're going to do it. So it is what it is. Free agency will be here next month. We're going to actually see what happens. I'm not giving up the hope, but I'll just keep on looking because I saw a little bit of inkling. So I'll keep that one, a little tiny bit of optimism right there. It's that big, though. The optimism is that big, but I'll keep it thinking maybe something might happen free agency this time. I don't believe it. Maybe.
If Dak isn't signed by March 12th,
oh, we already know
they're not going to do it. They're not going to do a damn thing. Don't even. If Dak isn't signed when the league year opens up, don't even worry about even opening your phone.
Yep.
Because they can't.
Yep.
They can't do anything. They have to. They literally have to re-sign him to do anything, unless they're going to kick that can down the road and make it $120 million cap hit in 26 or whatever it is. They have to. And if they don't, oh my God, it's going to be a messy summer, because then you're going to get to hear about Mike at Penn State and what allegedly happened there. You're going to hear about the podcast. You're going to hear about CeeDee Lamb, his commitment to the game. You're going to hear, man, David Moore going to be burning them fingers up, and it's going to be messy. So that's a 2-part story there. If Dak isn't signed by the league year, hold on to your butts, because that propaganda is going to go. That state-sponsored media is going to be slapping, man. It's going to be bad. And they're going to send Will McClay out to the damn landscape pile, compost pile in June, and we'll find Keanu Neal and
We'll get a 34 Levante David. We'll get a 34, 35-year-old Bobby Wagner and get sold like that's the greatest thing in the world.
Out and we'll get a damn Nelson Aguilar. I hate it here. It's going to go one of two ways, and we'll know.
I know.
The sad thing is, we'll know by literally.
We'll know by
just
March.
almost 2 weeks to the day.
Yeah, we'll know. I mean, it's already what? It's going to be March 1st tomorrow. No, I mean 29th tomorrow. So it's like right in our face, and we've been talking like it's a good time to sign Dak Prescott. Now it's a good time to sign him. If you really want to start making it happen and start to get the ball in motion, that we're going to be aggressive here. We're going to get aggressive here because we're going to sign our quarterback. Cause we keep on saying that he's our guy. We keep on saying he's our man.
And you would have got
playing that damn game and keep on delaying, but he's our guy. Shut the
You would have got a 13% reduction on your cap when they announced the new salary cap for the 24 season. If you had signed him any time before the Super Bowl. It's once again the complacency with this. There's just never. Why would he be urgent? But unfortunately, we're not the ones running the team, and the guy has an opportunity of a lifetime where he could play literally Madden GM with zero repercussions for his actions. He could trade the next 53 first-round picks, and nobody's going to fire him. You heard Bean talk about Josh Allen. He goes, when you traded that for Josh Allen, well, if it didn't work out, everybody was going to talk shit, and if it didn't work out, I wouldn't be here. So that's the life that these other GMs have to live with.
That's
so true,
Mike. I mean, when you really break it down, because you know it, right? But when you break it down like that, and you say, you literally can change the whole landscape of Dallas right now. You could literally having Dallas fans eating out of your hands. You could come behind your dad, and you could literally have Dallas fans.
I'll wash that. I'll wash it. I'll be washing his feet like the Jesus commercial. He did some shit like this.
Bro, he could come in and just be the guy to really just be like, yeah, man, let's go. But it's like he's hell bent on being the opposite. He's hell bent on being the opposite of his dad.
He's running the team like a car wash.
It's almost like it's that family where you got a bunch of sons, and you're looking out for him, but he's always doing the goofy stuff. Like it just feels like it's just like he's the exact. He don't want to be nothing like his dad.
I'm just hoping, on that fateful day where they have the service for the man that fathered this league. Because Jerry did. I don't give a however anybody feels about Jerry. That man fathered the league as you know it today. He fathered all these billionaires. Literally. There's teams that wouldn't exist without him. He's moved franchises he doesn't even own. The games are on TV because of him. We have Thanksgiving games because of him. They have sponsorships because of him. Billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. On the fateful day where they have his service, I hope Charlotte has that little black folder and she just hands it to a reporter. And she says, burn it down. Because that man, old pufferfish, that man's got skeletons. and that's our only way out.
Oh, please, skeletons
That's it.
come.
That is our only one. That I mean, you don't doing the dirt he's done for 30 years. That's dude. He's there, and there are people. Oh man, I don't know if it's just out of respect for Jerry or what. I'm assuming it is.
It's
You
got to
know,
be. It's
and
got to be.
because
Maybe because I don't know what you're talking about, but I would say it got to be respect because of the embarrassment.
I mean, they don't even speak. They hate each other. It's real life succession. Real life.
Who are you talking about? Who hates each other?
Charlotte and Stephen.
Ooh.
They work with each other, but I mean, they ain't. How was your day? They ain't meeting up for brunch on Sunday. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Charlotte don't want it, but that's the person you want to have it. You want the politician who doesn't want to be president to be president
Right.
because they don't want that. They don't want that lording over. They don't want that everybody kissing their ass and all that nonsense. They don't want it. She would just, hey, Will, I'm gonna go hang some more murals and decide the color of the curtains that we're gonna pull. You know, that sort of thing. And when you talk about respect across the league, across media, across players, across everything across the board, the respect she has. How many times you heard people talk good about her? A lot.
Man, glowingly.
A lot, right?
My girl took a picture with her, and she
She's a
came over to
queen.
she came over to her actually. She came well, we were down in the Bud Light spot, and she happened to be over there, and my girl was right there. And I was like, "Hey, I think that's Charlotte Jones." And she turned around and she was like, "Oh," my girl was like, "Oh," and she was like, "Hey, you want to take a picture?" She came to like she turned around and I'm like, "Hey, you want to take a picture?" Bam, and I was just like, "That's what's up." Like, and her personality is very infectious. She's very infectious personality. You just naturally want to like her when you see
She's
her.
like the lady who owns the Lions. Nobody even knows her damn name. You know, but she'll be in the locker room with Dan, giving him the props. I'm gonna get out of y'all's way. She ain't in there doing pressers. She ain't. You don't hear. I was thinking about this the other day. How many fans do you think? How many people do you think know 3 owners in the NFL?
What do you think about
3.
this? What do you think about this? Kevin
Yeah, we
McCarthy
do.
has a question. I do
But
have a
but
question for
it's
any
not. It's
fans out.
so. It's
Go
they
ahead.
don't. It's not like they're doing the Taylor Swift cam and shit. You know what I mean? It's like you don't get the Roger Goodell draft moment where you get the rain hit on them.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just not. It's just not the way NFL games operate. It's not
And
like
plus, I feel
they.
like when you got Jerry next to Steven, it's hard to really boo Jerry.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
mean, I
maybe he
can't.
does it. Maybe that's why he does it.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely why it's his damn armor. Absolutely, I ain't booing Jerry, regardless how I feel about what he's done. I ain't
You're not
booing Jerry.
gonna boo Jerry. You're just
That
not gonna
man,
boo Jerry.
you
You're
put some
not.
respect on that
You
man's
will.
name.
If you see Stephen Jones come out there every day talking about himself, you will hear boos. F you, you
Yeah,
suck. You will hear
yeah,
that. You will hear that. You won't hear it with Jerry
yeah,
with them, and I think that's probably calculated.
yeah. I mean, that's it. I just want everybody in the chat. I just want y'all to put an ear to the ground and notice what you don't notice. Watch how people talk about Charlotte and Jerry, and watch how people don't even talk about Steve. That says it all. They're not going to go out there. They're not going to get on the podium and say or interview and say, "Oh, Stephen Jones is an asshole," and this, that, and the other. But they'll say, "Oh, Charlotte's a queen." Jerry's my guy. He took care. When my mom got sick, he let me fly on the. He got the jet, scrambled the jet for me. I was on Air Force One. He took me across the country, flew my whole family in, the family in because Jerry was shit like that. It still does. Like that's that dude. He knows he's a billionaire. He's like, oh, you're in a bond? I got you. I got you. Don't worry about it. The jet's on the way. I got you. Catboy probably make you take a damn Greyhound bus to your mama's funeral. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's
I mean,
That's
Jerry's a Libra. I'm a Libra. His birthday's 2 days before, so I know the heart. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
When
that's
people actually say Jerry cares, I mean, I've interviewed tons of players,
they
and
cares,
one of the players,
dude. Cares too much.
one of the players, Quincy Carter, everybody was always dogs. I interviewed Quincy a couple times, and behind the scenes, I ask a lot of questions, and I always ask the players when I can get them behind closed doors. I really ask them, what is Jerry really like? How is Jerry really with the players? And they all tell me, all of them, bro, he'll do anything for you, dog. Like, he'll do anything for you. Like, he has genuine love for you. Like Quincy was saying, like, I know what happened in the league and what happened. He's like, a lot of it was my fault. He said Jerry had genuine love for me. He said
He Thanos snapped. He Thanos snapped that desk tape because that existed. I ain't trying to drudge up anybody's skeletons. That happened. It existed. He Thanos snapped it. Gone. That's the type of shit that Jerry does all the time. What about that DJ, that old 21 got into it with it down on Greenville Avenue and busted his damn nose. You know what that dude was whipping around in the next weekend? Brand new Escalade, personalized license plate. Got his brand new DJ set up in the back. That's the type, like, if you call Jerry at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, man, I fucked up. I fucked up bad. This is bad. He said, calm down. I got somebody on the way. No quest. No, just boom. You call Catboy, his next phone call is going to be a Mike Florio.
Yeah,
his next phone call is going to be a Mike Florio.
And we'll put it in the
Say,
news.
you ain't gonna believe what so and so done. I ain't gonna put dirt on anybody's name, but
Right. Oh, he did this. Oh, he wanted to payday. Bet you ain't coming now. Bet you can hear him say something like that. Oh, he wanted some money. Bet you ain't getting it now. Yeah, I mean, we'll be using this. I could just see those conversations. But hey, this was a great show today. Good. We had a good minute 17 today. Great, in my opinion, great show. A lot of great information, a lot of realness, hopefully y'all rewind this tape, man. Rewind this video, watch this video again, because it's a real video. Like, it really does break down when you want to know why. This is a video if you want to know, this is real. Like, this is really going to tell you the why, that when other people don't want to talk about this. I get it. Nobody wants to talk about this, but see, we understand. Why is this continually happening? Why are we always falling short? You got to look at these things. And this guy right here is going to be the next succession to the Cowboys, and that don't feel good. That don't feel
tastes
good
like a mouthful of pennies, dude.
Man,
mouthful of pennies.
That don't feel good at all. Like, at least I felt good with Jerry. Like you said, Mike, when I watched Dallas, even when Jerry has been the owner, he at least gave me hope. I would be mad as hell every damn year, but every year I would fall right back into it because he was slick with that mouthpiece.
He would get
aggressive, and I'd be like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna try.
You know what it's like? It's like when you mad as hell, like something fucking up. You've been on customer service, you trying to get a hold of somebody, and you finally get through to a real person, and she goes, hello, this is Dottie. How may I help you? You're like, oh, I can't. Damn, Dottie.
I can't yell at you. I can't get mad at you. I want to yell at you and tell you.
Dottie, can you put somebody else on the phone?
Can you put up somebody else that can't really talk good? And
where's Sheila at and her badass attitude? Put Sheila on the phone.
Yeah,
get her big ass in here.
Right. That's a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact.
I mean, he may be an asshole, but he's our little lovable asshole, and he's done a lot. The Cowboys were facing bankruptcy when he bought them, and he's turned them into
the richest one, number one.
I don't think you could buy this franchise that they're valued at like 6 or whatever it is. I don't think you could touch them for less than 10. I really don't.
Hell no. Maybe even 15.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to have. Yeah. Mm-mm. And maybe Catboy will sell, or maybe Charlotte will hand that little black book over, and he'll be forced to relinquish his ownership duties, a la the dude in Houston and Carolina and LA, and where else? Oh, Washington.
Yeah, that's crazy, dog. That's crazy.
So anyway, man, we done took up enough of everybody's time. We done ran a 120 on this bitch. My low battery beeping on my phone.
But that's okay, though. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Once again, I appreciate the effort. This wasn't going to be a show unless you got on the phone, and I was going to be very frustrated if I didn't do a show, because people were like, just do the show by yourself. I didn't want to do the show by myself. I wouldn't have did it. I would have went live for like a couple minutes, and I would just quit and got off. And people would have been frustrated, man, but I wouldn't have cared, because this is the Burgers and Blitzes show, not Big Game James show on Wednesday. And I don't want to do that, so we just won't do the show. If me and Mike can't do the show, I'm not doing a solo show by myself. I'll do that next week or a different day. But I'm not doing it on those days without my co-host. Like on my tomorrow show, Stargazer, if it is not popping off, then me and Star ain't doing it, because I need Star with me. So that's just the way it is. So really appreciate you, dog. You see the Twitter handle, go follow my guys. A great Twitter handle. You know what it is. It's Burgers and Blitzes, man. I really appreciate for the great information, the great show. This was just a great show. And I think we'll definitely rewatch this. And this, if anybody's in this feed, man, hit that like button, smash that like button, share.
Hey, give us a couple retweets.
Yeah.
Give us a couple retweets. You know, we hungry.
This show is live on Twitter, man. Retweet this joker and let's get the news out about this guy. That we got to put the pressure on this man. Jerry is not going to be here too much longer, so we got to put the pressure and get after this guy. And we got to put this kind of stuff in the streets, whether they like it or not.
I'm taking a little bit of credit for that, because you see it online now. You see when he speaks. You don't see that DC for life and all that. You saw, oh, man, Cowboys, shut up, Stephen Jones, cap it again. You know, stay on him. Because they hear it. He may not hear it, but the organization hears it. They got every single organization in sports
has a social media team,
and they have burners that follow random accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know I know
every single team. I'm from Pee Wee to damn professional sports. If they have a social media following, there is a burner from somebody associated with that team that keeps track of just
the
stuff.
The noise. We need to keep an ear to the streets.
Mm-hmm. What's the street saying?
What's the street saying about us right now?
Streets need to eat. So, all right. Speaking of eating, I got some pasta. Hell, I think it's dark as hell. I feel like midnight out here, but appreciate everybody for stopping by. Good to catch up with y'all, and we will see you next week.
Next Wednesday. Burgers and Blitzes. Peace. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Great show. Great show. Go listen to this information. It's got a lot of good stuff for you. Man. A lot of meat in this one. Please go rewind it, because it's a lot of truths and realities in this. So, myself, Big Game James, we out.